Good evening, wherever you are from United Kingdom and of course here in Kenya. In front of me, I've got a beautiful guest, somebody that has always enjoyed writing and of course blogging. And I do follow some of his stories. And I thought to myself, what really inspires him? And I wanted to know what pushes him to write so much. And I'm blessed to get to meet him. I know it's late, but I wanted to really speak to him and understand the issues that journalists really face. And yes, I'm quite delighted to bring you the issues that journalists really face here in Kenya. And I just felt that learning and sharing is something that is important for all of us. So, bringing it to you is just learning and sharing here in UK and helping us to really enable that growth so that we know what kind of barriers our journalists are really facing, our media partners and companies, and what the future is for media, both here in Kenya and also across Africa. And of course, perhaps how you would love to view and see the matters of journalism and where is it taking us. But first of all, tell us who you are and what is your name?
Thank you, Juliet. My name is Stan Chebeleli. I have been the national vice president of the Kenya Union of Journalism in this country.
Fabulous.
And I think we have done a lot in trying to propel the voice of journalism in this country so that, we are riding in the middle of the road. And that is what we're doing. And one of the most important things that I need to tell is that journalism in this country and Africa as a whole has been more vibrant than ever before.
Oh, thank you.
And we were going to do whatever it takes to make journalism to be the guiding factor in making sure that democracy revives itself from the rules that had gone down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the future of journalism as you speak to us about how you're going to do that?
As I said, the future of journalism in this country is vibrant. And I'm glad to tell you that is one of the most serious nations on the African continent that is impresses freedom
Of speech.
and freedom and freedom of speech and all the rest. So we will not come and say that we are being impeded in terms of the society or the government trying to say that there is no freedom of journalism, there is no freedom of speech in this country, because we'll go out there and speak out on behalf of the people, because we are the watchdog of the society.
And being the person that brings in the journalism here in Kenya, what are the barriers facing journalism here in Kenya? What would you say are personal views that faces journalism both here in Kenya and perhaps across Africa? What would you think? And I know you've really said that we are really excelling here in Kenya, but what are the major barriers you would think?
I think one of the most important things that I need to tell you about our constitution that was
Propagated.
promulgated in 2010 gives the freedom of speech in this country. And it is within those parameters as journalism or whatever it is, that we should be able to work under so that we can be able to emancipate ourselves.
Yes.
If there is any
Yes.
characters
Yes.
in between,
Yes.
we can be able to emancipate ourselves and say that, we are free as a nation, we are free as a people, we have what is constituted in the Constitution as a free press, that we can be able to go out there. There should not be any impediments to come and tell us that we cannot be able to do this because the government is saying, because there's a senior man in the government who's saying, no, don't publish that. No, we don't go for that. Yeah.
So are you saying investigative journalism is really good?
Both. Both. You have only mentioned about investigative journalism. We have also political journalism. We need to
Economic,
keep
perhaps,
economic,
social, community development.
Name it. You put it on the table, and then you'll be able to come and pick your peck. You say that it is investigative, it is economic. Because if it's economic, then we should be able to follow those economic saboteurs. The people who want to ruin the economy of the country. We should be able to go and investigate and know who are they. Who are they? But we should not be deterred by anybody to tell us that you cannot be able to do this because you are in part. The Constitution does not say that. The Constitution of this country gives freedom of the speech and information to flow, so that the downtrodden is informed of what is going on. We are not going to be empowered by anybody in propagating.
And remind viewers who you are. Remind viewers. I've got loads of people coming in and tell them.
Stan Luchebeleli.
Yes, yeah.
Stan Luchebeleli
And
is the former national vice chairman, president of the Kenya Union of Journalists.
Thank you.
Worked as a journalist in this country since 1983.
Wow.
When I left college. Worked with several colleagues around here. Even if I mention their names, you know.
I know them. I know.
Talk about Mariam Eliambila in the BBC.
Yes.
Talk about there are so many.
Yes.
There are so many. Talk about I'm one of the core journalists in this country.
Yes. And I know you push a lot to bring in development in terms of allowing freedom of speech for journalism. That's something that you take very seriously.
Yeah, man, that is why we are saying that we will never and we will never throw back or deter in pushing that agenda. That agenda is very important for the advancement of this country. And for this country and other African countries to advance, we must embrace
Change.
that exclusivity of making sure that we are one and we are fighting a common problem. And the common problem in Africa, you have had it before. It's still there. We are not ourselves. You want to do things your own way. And you want to pen the law so that the law can suit your own whims. That is called corruption. Yeah, corruption.
And you think that one of the main areas of fighting corruption is having good journalism? Is that what you're saying?
It is constituted
yes.
in the statutes of this country's constitution. The freedom of the speech is paramount. So if we want to curtail the freedom of the speech so that journalism cannot be able to get you, or you come and bribe me, so that story does not come out, then we are doing a devil thing upon ourselves.
It's true. And coming back to perhaps the future, what is the future of journalism when it comes to AI? Like artificial intelligence and stuff like that. Is something that I'm seeing a lot of talk in UK about this. Is it something that you're talking about here in Kenya?
Artificial intelligence?
Yes, like,
Yeah,
or do you know
intelligence.
about it? And
I wouldn't want to delve in that because of the new culture of journalism, because of the social media pulpits that have come on the fore.
and the ones who are changing people's
Changing
voices
our-
and whatever.
We have
What?
fake stories and all.
Yes. How are
One
you?
of the most important things that we need to understand is that for you to be called a journalist, you must have gone to school of journalism, University of Nairobi School of Journalism, Kenyatta University, or any other institution, the United States of America University, where there is a professor, Joe Carey, who my teacher who taught me.
Oh wow.
And there's so many people. Is we need to move from there.
But what about the AI? The ones that
Artificial
the
intelligence.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Like you can see sometimes somebody's removed the face. Let's say, for instance, like just a good example, maybe somebody removes your face and then puts somebody else. What do you think about that?
That's not
And
journalism.
That's not,
That's
yeah.
not that journalism.
Okay,
Journalism do not operate
like that.
like that. The profession of journalism do not operate within the realms of people who will want to prepare to be who they are when they are not.
Right.
It does not allow that. And those are people who have come because of Facebook, because of Twitter, because of these other things. And then they come and they want to pretend that they are the ones. And then I put your face there when you are not the one. And
So
then
what
I
you're
start
saying is
communicating.
real stories is what you guys capture. Is that what
That
you're
is the
saying?
most important thing.
Okay.
And that is the essence of journalism in the world over.
Okay.
When in 1817, was it 17? I can't remember. A book said there are seats, the men of the fourth estates. I would want somebody to qualify because I can't remember. It was there sits the men of the fourth estate.
There sits the men of
the fourth estate. The men of the fourth estate. He said that
there sits the men
men
of the fourth estate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find out
Find
what
out
book
for
that
me,
is.
I
Yeah.
can't be able to remember that because you've ambushed me.
I did. I had to bring you live. I know because I have to make sure you're speaking to the people of Kenya and the people across UK. I had to make sure everybody knows that you was the former. When I saw you, I couldn't let you. I said, "Are you not the one? Hey, please, I have to grab you because it's important. We know what is happening right now and what is the future of journalism here as well, and I'm delighted you've agreed to just do a quick snapshot of that. And people watching, thank you so much for those who are up. We've got Reverend George, we've got Lali Soki, we've got Clive Lewis, Christina Fudge, Chris Kibis is watching from Coventry, and of course Clive Lewis watching from UK, Lali watching from UK, and Reverend watching from UK as well. And thank you for that person as well who is coming from Nigeria as well. So we've got a few people already watching, and yes, we are live here. And my passion is collaborating in partnership and also making sure that people are truly, essentially living a true and purpose life. So bringing it down here, we've got Mr. Stanley here today, and I felt that it's important to capture some of those key issues. Tell us about how it works here in Kenya when it comes to journalism, in terms of where you used to sit. and how you get elected.
Thank you, Madam. One of the most important and salient issues that I need to tell is that journalism in this country is vibrant, and I will say that it is a leading nation in journalism in this country,
Oh, wow, fantastic.
and in East and Central Africa, and indeed in Africa today.
That is
So
brilliant news.
the freedom expression has not been impeded by anybody,
Beautiful.
because we fight for that airspace. We tell the executive to do its job. We tell the legislature to do its job. And we tell the other arms of government to do its job. But as a fourth estate, we also must be given room to do our job. Because we are the watchdog of society.
Okay. I like that. And I'll say thank you so much for allowing just that quick briefing at this particular hour. Special news for me here today. And of course, those watching, this is JNM 1000 Talk Show. Just grabbing those moments. And I thought, for all those who follow me as well, it's your one and only African Wonder Woman as well, capturing those essence of daily living and also community learning and sharing across the board. Thank you. And say thank you to all the viewers as well. Thank you. And of course, just before that, I know you like Bungoma. Is it Bungoma you like?
Yeah, Bungoma. I like Bungoma because that is part of the area that I come from. I like Bungoma, I like Kakamega. I was born in Kakamega. And the Bungoma, I have my mother is there in Bungoma. Kanduini, Kimilili, whatever, that is my hope.
And of course, your lady Bungoma as well.
Bungoma, that is, and I think you also come from there.
Yeah, Bungoma, my dad, yes. So I had to grab you so that I know that you're talking about issues. And before I go, because you enjoy writing about politics, how do you remember Shikuku? Honorable Shikuku, Martin Shikuku. Just, what's the beauty? Because I got to meet him. What is the good memories of, and, I know you would have some views. What is the one thing that you would want us to remember, his views?
Joseph
In a personal
Martin,
capacity here.
Joseph Martin Shikuku.
And remind us that he was the former MP of...
From an MP of Butere, Ben Butere.
I met him in...
Before it was... before it was...
they changed it to devolution.
Before it was halved into Huisero, into Butungu and others. But Martin Shikuku, if I want to tell you, he was met the man in life. Martin Shikuku was a man of the people. Martin Shikuku is a man who spoke out his truth. Martin Shikuku is a man I've driven with in the same car as a young man.
Yes.
Martin Shikuku is a man who we have tea together on Kenyatta Avenue in Kakamega. And Martin was a man who would stand for the interests of the downtrodden. So Martin was a man of the people, but when he decided to dig his own grave.
Yes, and that's why I asked you, and it really brought a good good discussion. I saw that. I thought that was really good in terms of pushing for people to not bother anybody.
So when my good friend Martin, I call my father because he was born the age of my mother.
Yeah.
So when Martin decided to dig his own grave and saying that when I die, when my soul will not be on this world, this is where I'm going to be buried.
Yes.
people were shocked, and we did a lot of stories about that.
Yes.
Because it was a good story.
Yes.
And when I met Martin, I told him, Martin, why did you decide to do that? And Martin had migrated from Butere,
Yes.
where he was born, to Giminini.
Yes.
That's where he had bought his land.
Yes.
And that is where he took his grave.
Yes.
And that is where he was
He rests.
died.
Yes.
And that is where he rests today.
And we love
May
him.
God, yeah, and may God place the soul of Joseph Martin Shikuku, because he's a great man.
Yeah.
He drove me in the city.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had to ask you those memories because I saw so many
Yes.
memories and I knew that.
Thank you.
And I got to meet him as well, I must tell you. I sat down there with him one time with this community called Aveingo community.
Aveingo community.
You remember it?
Yes,
Aveingo in the UK community.
You remember the football club
Yes.
called Aveingo.
Aveingo, you remember
Yeah,
it? And
Martin was one of the pioneers of that.
okay,
And
interesting.
then after that, we came to Imara. There was Imara Club. Now, Imara Club, because of this small impediment in our political association, to Ganzisha, Imara.
Imara meaning star. Why did you call it Imara?
Imara. Now, Marandani.
Maranje. So
Maragoli.
1 minute Maragoli. Oh, Maragoli, you people. Maragoli. So that's what you really mean. Mara Indani.
And then that is where wale wa kule chini Kakamega.
Oh,
wakakuja
goodness
na
me.
Motcom.
Eh.
Motcom, I think you can be able to remember.
So Motcom was supposed to be what?
No, Motcom now was supposed to be either like Itaho, Visuha. Now that is, Motcom was supposed to be a Ministry of Works.
Okay.
Ministry
Yes.
of Works, yeah.
Right. Okay. But it's interesting to follow all those kind of news. I'm fascinated, I must say. And I'm absolutely
Welcome. Most
delighted to follow some of these key local issues and national issues and international
You
issues.
can ask even national issues if you
National issues. I think we'll leave that for another day, and because it's getting very late, and I just sort of like ambushed you, sort of. So, what national issues then would you want to discuss then? Is that a quick one?
Personal issues, I don't know.
No, national issues.
National issues. No. One of the most important things, the war on corruption in this country should not be deviated.
Okay.
Should not be, because if there's a problem, if you know there's a problem that is facing this country, how we know where the antidote is, where is go for the antidote, so that we can be able to fix that problem.
Okay.
It should not appear as if I'm looking for you. No. And those institutions that have been mandated to fight that vice from our own society should be given the mandate that they were given in the constitution to fight that war. They should not be intimidated by politicians
Okay.
for their own
Self-interest.
ulterior
Okay.
selfish interests and for their own whims.
And thanks for bringing that national issue as well. And I think that's right across Africa.
Yeah.
This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, matters of corruption, thank you so much for saying that we should not be having that. I was just saying to you, I feel my pockets when I come to Kenya. And I was giving you some of my barriers in terms of how I think we should perhaps look at the normal mwananchi and how they're surviving. And I think that's really important in driving the agenda to supporting and improving and transforming Kenya and improving all livelihoods. So I'll be looking out for that as well.
Very important. Thank you for that. Maybe
Yes.
chip in before you close. One other important thing that must be addressed is we have a good land. Good arable land that could be able to germinate those crops to feed our people. But when I see my people going hungry because of lack of food, whom do I blame? I blame the national government because it has not come out with a national policy on food security. These are areas that must be looked into.
Okay.
Since independence, we have not come out with food security policy so that we can be able to secure people from hunger.
Thank you for that. Very critical point that you're raising there. And I'll follow that up. I'll actually download this clip and we can also share it with other people. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Until then, just Rosa Ngira, Julius Oba. I will say many thanks for everyone watching here today. That was just a special at JNM 1000. And I'll say good night here in Kenya is coming almost after 3. Almost, what's the time now?
It's going to 3.
I think so. So I'll allow him to quickly rush home. And it is absolutely just break news because I want him to go and bring those, also help us to push the agenda towards person with disability. I want KTN to pick up on this news so that all the work, the good work that all the honorable MCAs are doing, I would love for their work in all counties to be seen. And so looking into that, if KTN News or any other news headlines is watching, I would love that to be picked. It's absolutely critical in enabling persons with disability to be included right across all the counties here in Kenya. So for joining in, I want to welcome you as well. And thank you for those who are watching international. Chris, I want to appreciate you again watching from Coventry. And of course in Hackney, Reverend, I want to bring you back again and really appreciate you all. Good night from me, and please help share this video if you've got it so that we get persons with disability voices being heard here from Kenya, and if we can be tweeting it as well, please make sure that you've also got it on a hashtag at JNM1000, at JNM1000. Help me share that video, and of course put it down to at KTN News as well, so that they pick on this news. I want them to pick on this news here for the honorables, enhancing and having capacity building so that they can also ensure that the whole counties are benefiting, and the 30% is that quota is met across the country. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye, Juliet Makapila.
Thank you.
Thank you.